Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. We are back for part 127 of our Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. This is, in all practicality, going to be essentially the last thing I record, directly related to the main playthrough. If I do anything else, it'll kind of be just like taking Cinder, the extra igniter down their other path. That said, what we're dealing with now, part 126, if you recall, we just upgraded the Legendaries. I basically took them down the other path, if you will. And what I'm going to do is head to Quicksilver Vault, kind of to demo, what they do, give them a fair shot. I really feel like I nailed the Legendaries with my primary, meaning like these paths are not what I would have picked, it's just they're extra, and I figure why not. There's no point in recording a video of Legendary Spyro down the sheep burner path. So I'm gonna come into Quicksilver Vault. Just there's so many enemies. I've played it so many times, I may still know the puzzles. I don't know. I'm gonna skip the Weapon Master. I still can't stand that guy. He had better not be in Giants. I'll just say that. Anyway, if you can see, I don't have a legendary here. I actually have regular trigger happy. I'm going to just stand here, when we get to these little pod guys, and I'm going to do the Golden Yamato Blast. I'm going to take whatever damage comes my way, and we're just going to see what happens here. So, let me shoot that way, and now I'm going to hold the gun down. Hopefully that doesn't trigger it. It did. So like I said, it's totally impractical. Let me try it. Okay, here we go. We can finally do this. Alright, so it pretty much decimates, looks like, whatever's on screen. He moves really slow when it's charged up, and then if you get hit, you lose it. So I'll try to bust a few of these off. Well, never mind. I mean, like I said, it's just not practical. That said, while I've got him, there's the just base attack pot of gold. You can see the range on it is pathetic. Let me see if I can't come up here. Okay, it's finally gonna do it if we don't get hit first. And that's basically all I'm gonna do with that. It's really cool, but it's just not practical. That said, his bouncing bullets, I really like those, so there's not much to worry about in my opinion. I guess on that note, we'll just go ahead and get started with LTH here. So I'll see if we can't. Oh, that's gonna be pretty sweet. Okay. This is actually, I guess you can have just however many of those you can throw active at the same time. That could actually come in really handy. When we get up here, obviously I'm not going to do anything with his primary attack. I just solely want to focus on the upgrades we did. This is a, pretty good path, I suppose. That said, I know the Yamato Blast is pointless in my book, at least. Oh, wow. If you can take out the Archean Defender with one coin, that's pretty dadgum cool. Okay, so I've got new respect for this path. I will make this official now in the world of One of Wisdom. Both paths for trigger happy are good. Golden Yamato Blast, like I've said, is absolutely pointless as far as I'm concerned. It's really cool. It's just, good luck finding somewhere you can execute it. That said, just the bouncing bullets, in my opinion, are worth it. It's just I use that more. However, it's pretty easy to get the coin off, and it does massive damage. Let me see if we can take both of them out. Okay. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna pull Legendary Trigger Happy, and we'll put Legendary Chop Chop on.
My sword.
And bear with me here, I'm not like trying to just blow through and amaze everyone with sheer skill. I just actually want to pay attention to these new upgrades. So, I'm just going to use the shield. We can still get hit apparently. Oh wow. Okay, I don't know if anything reverberated off our shield. You know, I know we got hit pretty bad. That said, when I actually did one thrust, it took out both of the Archean defenders, which are, you know, pretty salty enemies for this game. Let's brace ourselves. Oh, let me get the cupcake. Oh crud. What's he doing tonight? You know what? I still think I'd go with this primary, but I don't think this attack is near as bad as people make it out to be. I mean, if you go online and read about, you know, whatever this is called, Demon Bones, something, you know. I don't really remember the exact name, but people make it out to just be horrible. I would still go primary, but I think this is actually pretty dadgum cool. I mean, you can see there. That said, we'll go ahead and pull him, and we'll see what L-Spyro can do. We should have, what, there's like 3 or so of them going to come off this ledge, so hopefully he can handle it. I'll let them all get down here, and we'll set it up. Okay, so it looked like once he spawned into it, did he take him out? Oh, I thought he just like froze. Let me do the earth pound for you. Oh, that was horrible. Let's try it again. This is like one of those jet rocket camera angles. You know, you just have no freaking clue what your character is doing in certain points. I would definitely say that I would go with flamethrower Spyro. Oh, did we just charge through the shield there? Let's make sure we don't get bombed. It's kind of hard to control this one as well. There's really not a lot of precision with it. Like, you can't, you know, once he basically spawns the big ram horns, you don't really have control. Like, I'm trying to turn tight, make a real nice radius, and actually hit the Ultron, and it's just not happening. Oh, I don't want to hear you talk, Weapon Master. We'll see what he does with these spell punks down here. Well, okay, there is one right off the bat. So let's just see what he does against him. Okay, that was a cakewalk. Maybe it's just, you know, heavier. The Ultrons take a lot to kill anyway. Let's see how he does against the 2 Archean defenders. I feel like if you could control this better, you know, like instead of going in a straight line, if you could actually, you know, meander him about with precision control, I think this would be pretty solid, but as is, I would have to give the edge to Sheep Burner Spyro. That said, you know, when you do get a straight line going, you can, you know, basically clear an area out pretty quick. That said, I feel like the triple flame balls, you know, fully upgraded, kind of still have the edge. Okay, let's get him out of here. This is a great chance to cash in with the bash. Alright, I'm just going to try to dodge their initial blows and go into Polar Dragon. Which again, it's hard to control. I'd say it's a little easier than, you know, Spyro. As you can see, he can roll through the enemies even that shield. We'll let him get his crud going. And, looks like it's dealing 41 damage. Yeah, so basically 41 damage. Again, it's not precise. I'd say it's slightly better. On a scale of 10, I'd put this at like a whoops 5, and L-Spyro at about a 4 in terms of control. Anyway, we'll head down here and let him run amok here, see what he can do. You can see he does turn into a pretty massive ball. That went well. Yeah. So I should just. This should be hilarious going through this thing. Oh yeah, that was 82. So let's try to set up both of these guys. You can see we dealt 41 to each of them. Both pass with bash are going to be good. My personal advice, at least the way I play, would be for Granite Dragon. I'd have to give it a slight edge here. That said, this one is pretty dadgum good, dealing 41. However, let me check this for our records. I'll let the idiot get his shield down. Okay, his tail swipe just with the base upgrades deals 50. You know, that said, I think if you hit an enemy right, you might pull off an 82, kind of like we had with a wall. You know, so take it or leave it. My personal recommendation would be Granite Dragon. Basically the opposite of everything that I did here. You know, now it's going to be, do I remember these or not? I played this level a ton to get all the cash, and also to level the Skylanders up. I just found that it worked really well for both, just mainly because of the quality of enemies that you saw. You basically come in, you know, with like a level 1 Skylander and leave, usually, you know, provided you didn't die. I think like around 6 to 8 maybe. Yeah, you know, honestly, it's been a while since I played this. Like I said, when I was recording the 50cc and 100cc Mario Kart stuff, it was a while back as well, like earlier in June. So, why is that not moving? Okay, it's safe to say I don't remember this now. Not quite sure why that didn't go. But okay, well, that was like I thought it was. I don't know why that block wouldn't move. Okay, so the final one. Done this one so many times, I should know. One, we move this switch twice, and push this up here. With smaller characters, you can actually go through there and save time, and you know, not tons of time, but basically, you know, instead of having to walk back to exit, you can kind of go ahead of time. There we go. This will take us to our last leg of enemies. What do I want to use? I may put Legendary Chop back on. I feel like we've got a good feel for what Bash can do. The downside with both Bash and Spyro on their secondary paths here is just it's really hard to control them compared to, you know, their primary forms. Let's come in here and see what he can do. Looks like he's dealing 14 and 21 with the shield. Really, he's just kind of blowing through everything. I don't think we've taken any damage here. The Archean Defenders did seem to hit us. This does not deal much damage at all. Especially when we just play with Bash, where you have like 50s coming from the unupgraded tail. But yeah, 14 or 21, you know, we'll call that. We'll see how he does with some defenders again. Yeah, this isn't horrible. That said, it's not great either. I'll try to showcase his soul gem for you. Let's get him off of the portal, and we'll give Spyro a shot here. Let's see if we can't get the blitz going. Okay, that's a bad point to stop at, but he made a great recovery. I'd have to say that Chop Chops is going to deal the least damage out of these. I didn't really see numbers there, I was just kind of more concerned with what was happening. Let me try and get his number here. 27, we killed him in basically 2. Yeah, so I'd say 18s and 27s here for Legendary Spyro. Pretty good numbers. Just a little hard to control. And to actually round this out, I'm going to go back to LTH. And of course, oh, I don't get bombed. I'm just gonna... Okay, so we can't pierce the shield there, but the coins do massive damage. I'm very impressed with Legendary Trigger Happy here. You know, down this secondary path we put him through. Well, you know what? I should have. Oh well. I was gonna say I should have like put the second cinder on there or something. Anyway, there's a weapon master talking, ironically, like he doesn't do when you have the glitch. You know. But I feel like that gives you a pretty good feel for the legendaries down their secondary upgrade paths. As it worked out, I took Trigger Happy, Spyro, Bash, and Chop Chop, all 4 down their primary paths. Golden Gun for Trigger Happy, Granite Dragon for Bash, Sheep Burner for Spyro, Vampiric Warrior, I believe, for Chop Chop. Yeah, I could be wrong. You know, I didn't really put a lot of time into researching this after all this time has passed. So basically, I just came in and did the opposite upgrades in part 126, and then here in 127 showcase the gameplay. Trigger Happy, we did golden money bags. Out of these 4, you know, just based on the legendaries, I'd have to say golden money bags impressed me the most. And I will say that I will now consider Trigger Happy one of the Skylanders that you really can't go wrong with on either path. I would still go Golden Guns just because I feel like it suits him better and it also suits my playstyle better. That said, if you go Golden Money Bags and fully max it out, it's pretty impressive as well. And he still has great projectile attacks. It's just the bouncing bullets are, you know, really nice in my opinion. The Golden Yamato Blast, which I did showcase even in this video for people with regular Trigger Happy, it's very cool, but it's just going to be one of those deals. It's going to be very rare that you can actually execute it without, you know, getting frustrated or losing a lot of health in order to do so. Nonetheless, I feel like just the bouncing bullets and the increased damage they do and the base charge attack, shooting one larger coin, I would still take Trigger Happy down the primary path. However, both are very good. Bash, both paths obviously good. Comes down to playstyle preference. Since he rolls, you know, it's not super easy to control, you know, like say with a zap or something. He does control better than Spyro in my opinion on the blitz path. However, based on that, having played both of them, I would still recommend Granite Dragon. You know, unless you use a roll attack all the time, the tail's going to do incredible damage regardless, you know, if you go down this path. Spyro, the blitz path, turns out it does pretty good damage. I think we were seeing like 27s or something. It's just the thing I have against it if you had a circle of enemies, kind of like I was saying, on one of the T-bone levels or something with all the spiders, uh, if you could line them up, it would work great. But if they're in a tight circle, you're going to have a hard time executing that. Like in Crystal Eye Castle, for example. So I would have to give the edge, at least based on my playstyle, to Sheepburner Spyro. And then with Chop Chop, the shield actually works surprisingly well. Mainly just the thrust attack. I didn't really ever notice the absorption of damage and the releasing of damage, and that in fact at times with the shield up we were still getting hit by the Archean defenders. So it's kind of a cool deal, makes him very unique in that he has such a defensive deal and then a little bit of offense. What's sad is it was only dealing 14 damage. There for a while we were plowing through things. I thought it must have been insane, and then when I looked at the numbers it was a little disappointing. Particularly, when you've got Bash dealing 41, Spyro 27, and Trigger Happy down Golden Moneybags, basically leveling everything with like 1 or 2 coins. So I would also recommend Chop Chop down the Vampiric Aura. One of the things I held out doing until I had uploaded all of the elemental upgrade and gameplay videos was posting on the blog a text version of what upgrade paths I picked, why, if I would change them, basically the whole 9 yards. And I'm going to get that done. I actually started it a while back and then decided I didn't want to post it because it would have been a spoiler. If I had everything posted before I uploaded it, it kind of takes some of the fun out of the videos, provided you read it. So I think I'll get that up now. You probably will see a link with this video that'll take you there. That's kind of why I was vague with the video descriptions on these. I actually wanted people to watch the video to see it, or just come in now and have access to the blog post. But I'll get that taken care of. Should have these edited and up pretty soon. And like I said, I do have one more thing planned for Skylanders. I very well may, say I get done with Mario Kart Wii or something, just want to make a quick video. I may take some of my extra Skylanders, Igniter and Cinder down their other paths, kind of see what we think of those. At least the ones that I think, have 2 competitive paths. That said, these legendaries down their secondary path, none of them are absolutely horrible. I still feel like, with the regular versions, I picked what suits me best and what I prefer based on my playstyle. However, I now know what these are like. Trigger Happy's, like I said, was the most impressive. And, of course, the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com, if you scroll over to the right hand side, I have a heading called Skylander links or info, and all that you see there, like my collection and the date and upgrade pass information, all that stuff. I'm going to have one called upgrade pass. It'll contain, like I just said, what path I picked, why, if I would redo it. In the cases where I have done both paths, I'll kind of give my synopsis on them. There's a couple, I feel like I wish I had gone the other path. I'll kind of delve into that in the blog post. But I think that'll help you out a lot. That way you don't have to filter through 16 videos to kind of see what path I picked and then how it looked. You can just kind of take a look at the blog and save yourself some time. But as always, thanks for watching. Questions, comments, you can ask here on YouTube. I keep saying this, and I do that because I mean it. For a quick response, or if it's something important or urgent, please ask on the blog. Pretty much everything I upload is going to have a link to the blog that actually is a post pertaining to that particular video. If it does not, I'll just have a generic link to the blog. There at the top and on the sidebar, you'll see a Ask One of Wisdom. You can just click that, and ask Skylanders, Mario Tennis Open, whatever. And as opposed to asking on a video, where it may take me 2 weeks to get to, or overlooked with other comments because they were put in the spam folder or something. Just the blog is much easier for me to manage than YouTube. And like I said, if you had a question, or something important. Just the blog Ask One of Wisdom works much better than the YouTube comments section for me, at least in terms of responding to you. That said, the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com, tons of information. There will continue to be more. Just earlier this week, I believe Monday, I posted some generic information on giants. You might want to check that out. Biggest question I get asked with Skylanders is, are you going to do giants? The answer is yes. Assuming I can get it and get the figures, I'll do unboxings and reviews like you saw with Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. And I will do a playthrough. It'll be blind, just like this one. And I would like to, if it's going to be possible with what they release. Where here I came back long after I'd been in Chapter 2 and got the Legendary Treasure. If they have the characters available, like provided I don't have to have an undead giant that's not coming out till Christmas or something, I want to go through Chapter 1 and totally complete it, get all the hidden stuff, the Legendary Treasure. So if I play through it, and we're missing one treasure chest, then I want to come in Part 2 and finish Chapter 1. Hopefully it gets to pan out that way. If not, no big deal, we'll kind of go from there. But game's been a lot of fun. I've actually met a lot of people, talked to a lot of people. We've got people on the videos and the comments sections, from all over the world, really. Australia, the UK, Eastern Europe, Asia, couple in South America, Brazil, but basically just people helping other people try to track down the Skylanders, offer advice. Pretty cool to see that happen. Again, if you've got questions, that you want me to answer, I'm very, very backlogged on YouTube comments, and the blog I will honestly get to, you should see an answer within 24 hours or so. It's usually really late with me, but I will get to it. I plan to try and hit some of the YouTube comments, once all this is uploaded. I'm just so far backlogged, it's going to be a very daunting task, But had a ton of fun recording this. I want to thank everybody, that kind of helped out, tried to help other people, with problems in the game, finding Skylanders, just everything related to it. Should be, same core group, hopefully we'll be back for Giants, kind of help everybody out there. Their part of the world, kind of where they found things, tips and tricks, etc. I think it'll work out pretty nicely, and looking forward to that. Should be, probably October of this year, I would think, is when it would come out. Don't hold me to that, but I'll get going on that. And it's been a ton of fun doing this. Glad so many people kind of got involved when I picked it up. You never know if anybody's going to watch the vids or comment or hate the game or like it. It turned out to be a huge game, so that's always kind of cool. But, I will quit rambling. Again, I just want to thank everybody, it's kind of been a part of the playthrough, through the comments, the blog, Twitter, whatever, trying to help other people out, pointing out to me in every venue possible that I did not do the Golden Yamato Blast, on the first time, which, like I said, I do. When I see stuff, I tried to really accommodate it, and, but, next playthrough is Mario Kart Wii. It was fan voted, on the blog, which is again another reason to check the blog. And like I said, I've got quite a bit of that recorded already. You should start seeing it up pretty soon. And the one last thing I will say is, we have not seen the last of the Skylander stuff from me, and I don't mean just Giants in the fall. Got something I plan to try out. I think a lot of you will like it. I'll kind of, try a little bit of it and see how people respond, and maybe either continue it, hopefully, or if there's just no interest, I'll probably just kind of call it off and focus on something else. But that said, again, I want to thank everybody. Questions, comments, ask here on YouTube or the blog for a quicker response. oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, whichever you prefer. And as always, thanks for watching.